Welcome back to the latest environmental news update. First story. Cape Town is South Africa's second largest city and a popular spot for tourists. Now it is about to run out of water in the worst drought in more than a century. On what is called Day Zero, which is as soon as May 11th, the city government will have to cut off taps to all homes and most businesses, leaving nearly all of Cape Town's 4 million residents without access to running water. They will be restricted to 6.5 gallons of water per day, collected at police-guarded water stations currently being set up across the city. This water crisis came from a 3-year drought and was exacerbated by Cape Town's growing population as well as its near-total reliance on rainwater. However, it is possible that the chaos of Day Zero will never come if residents collectively reduce their water usage quickly enough to prevent water levels in the city's dams from dropping so low that water needs to be cut off. The 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang have begun, and some winter athletes are demanding action on climate change. As America's ski trails disappear, Jessie Diggins, a member of the U.S. women's cross-country skiing team, is speaking up. She grew up in Minnesota, where it was never hard to find trails to ski on as a kid. Now, however, most ski venues over the last 3 years have been exclusively on man-made snow, which is harder than real snow, making race courses more dangerous. According to new analysis by the Climate Impact Lab, popular ski resort towns in the U.S. will lose considerable portions of their ski seasons by the end of the century. If global greenhouse gas emissions continue to rise at their current rate, the Lake Tahoe area will experience sub-freezing temperatures for 80% fewer days than the 30-year average, a huge risk for ski season. In other skiing news, 2 resorts near Lake Tahoe plan to become the country's first ski resorts to operate entirely on renewable energy by December. The Squaw Valley and Alpine Meadows ski resorts hope these environmentally friendly upgrades will draw skiers and snowboarders to the area. At Squaw Valley, a power storage facility would be built to supply the energy and store electricity when demand is low. Last year, another resort called Boreal Mountain installed 715 solar panels on the roof of its indoor sports facility, saying they were expected to save $1.5 million in energy costs over 30 years. A 2016 study sponsored by Visit California found that the majority of travelers say they are much more likely to consider visiting destinations where there is a strong effort to conserve and protect natural resources. Dunkin' Donuts, a major retailer of coffee and baked goods, has announced its plan to eliminate all polystyrene foam cups in its global supply chain by 2020. The material will be replaced by a new double-walled paper cup in the U.S., which can still retain the heat of the beverage without the need of a sleeve. As part of Dunkin's goal to, quote, serve both people and the planet responsibly, the company previously committed to have 80% of fiber-based consumer-facing packaging certified to the Sustainable Forestry Initiative standard. According to its official news release, the transition to paper cups will remove nearly 1 billion foam cups from the waste stream annually. However, there has been no mention of how or if the paper cups can be recycled. Chile has created 5 national parks spanning over 10 million total acres in a historic move that will protect the nation's rainforests, grasslands, and other wild terrains. The parks were signed into law by Chilean President Michelle Bachelet, and they consist of the world's largest donation of privately held land by American philanthropists Doug and Christine Tompkins, as well as federal land from the Chilean government. Although the Tompkins' presence in the region had been previously met with controversy for what locals considered an American land grab, the parks aim to promote long-term conservation of biodiversity, including native and endangered South American species. According to Bachelet, this is not just an unprecedented act of preservation, it is an invitation to have sustainable development, the only profitable economic development in the long term. That's all for this week's report. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like and subscribe for more videos. Remember to keep spreading environmental awareness. See you next week.